we can start now. So Yiting, as you know, today is going to be like more like a chat because you know already a little bit about Pares Balta, but it's a good opportunity to get some more information from Marta, maybe about the terroir, about the grapes, and so
really looking forward.
Yeah, and so the wines from Pares Balta that you just received are Isenda Miret that you already presented to the market, and Amphora Roja that arrived a little bit later, but now is available. So Marta, if you have, if we can start with a few words about yourself and how you started to be the enologist of Pares Balta, and then after that we can talk about the terroir. And the philosophy that we have, and we can finish with some interesting information about the
stories.
Yeah.
Also about the family, your philosophy.
And I'm very pleased to be here with you, Yiting, because Cedric said to me that some years ago, 1 year or 2 years ago, you stayed in the winery with me in a visit with the cava.
Yes, sommelier, that courses. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And I'm very happy to hear this because you remember me and you remember the visit, and we made a tour in the vineyards or not?
Yes.
Okay.
You did it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, but I would really love to go back again.
Yes, I hope you can come back soon.
During those courses, there were too many wineries, so I would love to have a deep conversation with you too.
Okay. So the history of Pares Balta, it's very pretty, very interesting because it was the destiny of me and my sister-in-law, Maria Elena, that we weren't winemakers at the beginning. And we fell in love with our husbands now, and in this moment, 20 years ago, our boyfriends. And in different moments, we didn't meet each other only when the life and the family joined us. And we were living in different villages as well. And she was a chemical engineer. And in this moment, when she met Joan, was working as a consultant, informatic consultant. And for my part, I was studying pharmacy, and I was working as a pharmacist in a little town near here. But the passion with the wine, the passion with the love as well, it made that one day she decided in 1999 to start the studies of winemaker here in Tarragona, in the south Barcelona is Tarragona in the beach, and there is the University of Winemaker. And in this moment I was in the third course of pharmacist, and when I was just finishing in 2001, I wanted to decide to start winemaker, just finishing one career and starting the other. The idea of Maria Elena was helping his husband, helping in different ideas, in different wines, because at this moment, the winery, my father-in-law was making the wines with his father, the grandfather. So both the grandfather and the father were working together, one in the vineyards, the other inside the cellar. And Maria Elena started in 2000, the first vintage. And 1999 was the first vintage. But since 2002, I arrived in the harvest, because Maria Elena was pregnant, and she said, Marta, I need you to make the practices, because it was the second year finishing winemaker studies, and I need to make a harvest. And she said, stay here helping me, and at the same time you make the practices. So, well, it was the beginning. I thought that it was only 1 year, and then I continued with the pharmacies. But, well, the life was making surprises, and little by little, I was inside the cellar more and more. And just now, 18 years ago, that I'm totally involved in the winery with her and with the family. So it was the destiny. It was the life that were by this way. And we are very, very happy with these new philosophies, these new ideas. But the main thing was the idea of the grandfather, that he passed away in 2010. And always, since I met him in 2002 in the winery, before when we met with the family, always he said, I want in my glass the wine as natural as you can. So always, all the time, he was saying to us, Marta, Maria Elena, please take care of the vineyards, take care of the wines, that I want that the vineyards be with the sheeps, with the minimum copper that you can treat the mildew or the oidium with the sulfur. So always as natural as you can. And then inside the cellar with all organic products that you can, always. He said these things. And at this moment, I was thinking, yes, it's a good idea. Working as organic is a very good idea. And we said, yes, we can do it by this way. It's not a problem. So little by little, I take notice that the life by organic, the working by organic way was the essence of this family. So the philosophy and the mentality of the winemaking was organic all the time. And then it came the biodynamic. It came when he passed away, when we received an email that group in Spain was making these lessons, these courses, and we decided to start with it. And it was very, very nice to discover this new philosophy. It's new now, but it's old philosophy, because it's understanding the agriculture, the life, and all of these kind of things that are surrounding the farm. That
the universe.
Yes, the universe, the cosmos. Now I'm doing another course of cosmos, the rhythms with cosmos, and the relationship with developing in the plants, and then in the human evolution. So it's very interesting, this. I'm very excited.
Human revolution. I like these words. Okay.
And this vision of the farm, this vision of the thinkings, the believings, and all of this, we fell in love with it. And also because we were seeing that the philosophy of the grandfather that was died in this moment was this. We had all the points. We had the forest, we have the vineyards in the mountain, we have the animals, we have the plants. So all the things that the biodynamics said, we have it.
You have it.
It was interesting to start with biodynamics just in this moment. In 2010 was the studies, and then in 2011 we started with the first preparations, and in 2012 we started with the auditories, with the certification, and then we achieved it in 2013. So it was a way to...
It's very quick. You have it.
Yes, because when you start in the certification, the METR certification, you need to have yet the the organic certification in your country. So we were organic certified in 2004, so it was easy to achieve the Demeter certification. And then for the preparations, we have the plants, and if not, we reach it near in the country, because for the manure, we go near here, 2 hours far away. We have some mountains with cows, so there we can have the manure. Then the horns as well, and the other plants like the horsetail we have here in the river. So just in the vineyards, we have the horsetail, the nettle as well. The most difficult plants that we need to buy are valerian, because we don't have valerian in our patch, in our fields. Then the dandelion, sometimes we have, sometimes no, but this year we needed to buy it. And the last, the yarrow. The yarrow, it's the other plant that it's quite difficult here in our region, but in Catalonia we have, so we achieve it very easy. So,
and you also use Mariatun.
Mariatun
you just use
as well.
also.
Yes, with the manure that we have very easy, and then the eggs that we need, and the stones, basalt stones that are just here. We have a volcanic area near here.
Really?
And, yes, a lot. It's just in the north. It's only 1 hour and a half far from here. We can achieve these stones. And then for the silice, for the preparation of silica, we have stones of quartz just in Priorato vineyards that we have there, a little winery. We have there a lot of stones of this quartz, so we can do the 501 preparation with silica.
Is that Licoreia? No?
Licoreia, it's the main stone that you have in Priorato, but then you have more kinds of stones, and one of them are quartz. Quartz is the
contains the quartz, or it contains the quartz. No, not the quartz.
No, the quartz, it's another kind of stone.
Yeah,
Licoreia is one that it's gray or black. And quartz, usually it's white, a little bit
crystal.
Brown. It's not, sometimes it's a kind of crystal, but it's usually white.
Okay.
With some gray, some brown. It's not only color, it's a little bit mixing depending on the area. But there in the Priorato, you can achieve this. Yes. And so by this way, we can do our own preps, our own preparations. That it's a good idea when we study biodynamic, and now when I'm teaching, because I teach in some universities with the biodynamic and with the physical crystallizations, that it's the practice for reading the vital energy that you can have with this kind of agriculture. And we are saying that if you have the own plants, the own material for making your own preparations, it's the best, because in the biodynamic, you work with life, you work with this kind of things. And if you have your energy doing this, it's better than buying the preparations. You can buy it. You can buy the preparation done, and or the compost if you want. The compost is the manure that's transformed into good soil for having the nutrition of your plants. But if you can do it in your farm, it's better. So you can put there your print, your essence, your energy. When you do something by yourself, it's better than buying it done for another person. So
because it's your energy inside, right?
Yes. So I teach this with the students, usually are farmers that want to convert into organic or conventional to biodynamic, and I say it's not easy, because you need the plants, you need the time to do it, and you need to be with this philosophy, with this awareness, because you need the concentration for doing it, and believing it. If not, it's a bad thing doing things without any emotion, without any sensation that it's a good thing for your farm. If the people doing this only for marketing, it's a pity, because you don't achieve nothing that's real. You only put this preparation and you stay there with an expectation that tomorrow the plants are the most beautiful in your country, and it isn't this. The aim of the biodynamic, it's doing this because you feel that's the real reason to do it, because it's your life, because it's your environment, because it's your ideas, because you need to put the best in your plants, and then the best with your vegetables. In this case, is the grape and then the wine. But sometimes there are people that have tomatoes or lettuce or things that are directly to the consumer to eat every day. So if they do this without any essence, any energy or any feeling for doing this, because it's the way of working that they choose, it's the worst thing. Without any energy, it's the worst thing that you can do this. So always I say to the students, do this or make the change, because you feel this, because you are studying this, you are thinking about this, then you feel it, and then you do the things. It's in this order, not doing the things because someone is saying it's the best moment, or it's for marketing, it's because I have a market, or I have some customer that want this. No, it's a bad idea doing biodynamics by this way. It's better to understanding, then because you are studying, you are observing your way of life, your way of the farm, and then having this in your heart, in your believings, in your feelings, and then doing it. If not, it's a bad
it's superficial.
Yes,
yeah, it's superficial. It's even worse. Yeah. Wow, very nice. And interesting about hearing the two wines, Isenda Miret and Amphora Roja. About how you apply on it, and because it's all biodynamic wines, and what do you trying to reach, or what do you feel about these two wines?
Yes, with Isenda, it was a long time ago when we decided to vinify the first vintage of it. And here we were fighting with the grandfather, not for the biodynamic, not for the viticulture. The fighting was with the way of reaching it, because in the past, this vineyard of Grenache was planted by the grandfather.
Grandfather.
Yes, the grandfather that now it's passed away. He's passed away in 2010. And he was always thinking about Grenache, about Xarel·lo, about the typical varieties from the area, because, you know, in Penedès we have a lot of varieties. Most of them are the global and common varieties like Merlot, Cabernet, and more varieties. But the essential varieties are Xarel·lo, Grenache, Parellada, Macabeo, these varieties, Sumol, that are from the origins, from the beginnings in the area when the farmers were cultivating the vineyards and making wine. And when he was a child, he was growing Grenache, a lot of Grenache in the fields, a lot of Xarel·lo. And Grenache, this plot of Isenda Miret, was the first plot that he was planting just 40 years ago, some kind of this, or a little bit more 40. And these grapes were very important for him. But here in Penedès, on the contrary, in Priorato, that's different because the weather and the different conditions of the soil. Here, the Grenache, it's a variety that if you don't take care, or if you are not observing every season, this variety grows more than in Priorato, and you can have more production that you want. And usually, if you have more kilos, more amount of production, the color of the skins, obviously, it's less. The sugars are less. The acidity, all is less. So usually you have a diluted wine. And at the beginning, when I started, well, all was new for me, for Maria Elena as well. And with this Grenache, we didn't achieve the first 2 years the best wine. And Maria Elena decided in 2003 to have a little change. But for the grandfather was a big change. This change was reducing in the pruning, when you prune now in autumn, reducing the heads of the shoots of the plant. If sometimes the grandfather lived there, for example, 8 or 10 shoots, we reduced it in 5. So quite,
cut into half.
Then he wasn't very, he doesn't understand this, but well, he said, well, it doesn't matter. But then the most important fight was in the harvest, when you decide to reduce another time when you have the grapes. It's in the very zone, in the moment when the grape is green and it transforms into red color of the skin. It's the moment to reduce the production if you want. If not, doesn't matter. But if you want to achieve more color or more concentration in the grapes, it's the moment when you have the grapes and you reduce a percentage of them. It was the fight, because he said, I was in the past when in Spain we had the war, the civil war, and he was suffering the hungry, the moments of when the society was very poor, without any meal to eat and these kind of things. And he was saying, always, I am fighting. I wanted to have the vineyards with a lot of grapes, and now you are reducing the production and keeping it in the floor. So it's a bad
it's
thing
a waste.
for him. Yes. And he was very, very angry with us because this decision. But we were explaining him that it's with a reason, for increasing the quality, for increasing the color, and for increasing the concentration of the rest of the production. And he didn't understand. He was always saying, you are having a bad decisions. This God doesn't bless you, or the God will be angry with you because of this.
Punish you.
Punish you. Sorry for my English, because sometimes
I need.
And we were in a very big fight with him. Then we achieved this is Endemiret, this wine that's with a lot of color, with this concentration. And he said, wow, if you had all of the production, you will have more bottles. And we said, no, he doesn't understand nothing. In this way, he didn't understand. But then with my father-in-law, we were speaking or discussing this, and he said, yes, don't take care of, or doesn't matter that the grandfather was angry with you. I understand you that the quality is here with reducing the production. So year per year, each harvest, we were doing this, not having the balance with the plant. And nowadays, perhaps the reduction is very few, because now the plant it's a little bit older and with good balance. But the beginnings was very, very hard to work with this plot. But now we are very proud of the wine, because all the years, the evolution of the wine, it's every year increasing, and with good aging, with different vintages. And now with, I think you have the vintage 18?
17.
17, sorry.
17.
2017.
One of the last bottles left.
Okay. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. I just presented it from the Natural Wine Fair in Taiwan, the biggest one, and people bought it. Also, the winemakers bought it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. This Grenache has this characteristic of the strawberry, the little strawberries of the forest, the wild strawberries, that is this sensation, these notes of this fruit that's very elegant, with a lot of flavors, with this, sometimes as well, it has spicy notes. These spicy notes that come from the aging in barrels. This little, it's not long aging, but with these months, 5-7 months, aging in barrels, in 400 liters barrels, that it has these touches of aging that's very, very special with this Isenda, this Grenache, that I'm very, very proud. And then with amphora.
And the acidity is really nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really, really solid acidity.
Yes.
But not stubborn. It's there. It's very fresh.
It's keeping the balance perfectly, because you have some strength, you have nice texture, but the acidity always here to keep the balance so that it's not too heavy.
Impressional.
And it's not just fruity, you have the acidity that's making it a beautiful wine.
It's a serious wine.
Yeah, yes, it is. Exactly. That's right.
With elegance, with this sensation in the mouth, this structure that it keeps fresh, but then at the same time, it's long and with deep sensations. So it's a good Grenache from the Penedès that just in hectares, in Penedès, we don't have so much hectares with Grenache, and not so many wineries are making 100% Grenache bottles. So usually if there are in blend, but 100% it's not common. So it's a good reference for seeing the personality and the characteristics of the Grenache in Penedès. So it's nice.
Beautiful Grenache.
Yes. I'm going to drink it tonight, later.
Okay, great.
In my house. and about amphora.
Yes, with amphora, it's another story. Different dates, because it's a little bit more new. The discovering an archaeological site inside the vineyards. It was the beginnings with amphora, because in 2013 we discovered an ancient oven from the Iberian civilization. You know, here in the Peninsula Iberica, for this reason we have this name, Iberica, Peninsula Iberica. It's where the Iberians were living. But then they come the Romans. The Romans were keeping the main importance with the wars and all the history where Romans invading all the Europe area, so in Spain as well. And the Iberians were little by little disappearing, but his structures of the community, because they were artisans, they were manufacturing a lot of things, and one of these things were the clay, the earth, the soil that they were manipulating for making the amphoras, for making the carafes, the dishes or glasses. And with these ovens, they were cooking this clay for making these pieces. So inside the vineyards, we have these archaeological sites. We have two of archaeological sites. And
the oven, right? The big oven where you found.
Yes,
yeah.
the big oven.
Okay.
Yes. And this discovering for us was exciting because it was the first moment to have a new idea for a new wine, because we were speaking with a pottery man that he's very popular here in the area, making these kind of things, and he was the person that showed us the earth, the good earth for making our own amphoras. He has an oven, a modern oven to make this. And he made for us the beginning for amphoras with our own clay of the vineyards. And the decision was at this moment, well, why don't to make here inside these amphoras our charello, our white grape, with indigenous yeast, the spontaneous yeast, and then without any sulfites added. So it was little by little designed this wine, because it was the moment when we had the certification of the Demeter. It was at the same time, 2013. And we were saying, well, we can do the experience with this new vinification, because this kind of vinification, it's with a risk. We have some kind of risk, because without any preservative, with any sulfites or any substance that keep the oxidation, because you know that the wines with oxygen have a different color in few days, and then you have this sensation of the oxidation in the nose or in the palate. So it was an experience that it was a challenge for us, no? Because all the time we were using some kind of yeast, usually are natural, but with you know, the population of the fermentation. When you are fermenting the wine, you can analyze this, and you know that you have some level of yeast for fermenting better the wine, no? In this kind of wines, when you are in natural wines, the spontaneous yeast are different from the other, so you can have some stoppings in the fermentation, and it's and you have problems. So, and the first vintage for me was a little bit of nightmare. Every day when I was sleeping, I was thinking about this wine because I was scared, or I was suffering with this vinification, because I were not used to do it, and now it's different. Now you have more confidence with it. You have you are more comfortable. You are with more good decisions with every problem that you have every day. And now this year, 2020, it was I don't know if it's the best amphora, but we have good results with this special wine that, no, a special year. This year was very, very bad in the conditions of the weather. We had in the spring a lot of rain, a lot of wet in the vineyards, and we had a heart attack with mildew, with the fungus mildew, and all in whole Penedès and in Catalonia as well, in different regions. And it was very, very hard for the farmers fighting with this fungus. And instead of this, we have a good quality in the rest of the the grapes. And this amphora this year, it's quite with a lot of expression, with a lot of flavors that in another years we didn't achieve. So we will see the developing of these amphoras, and all the years I'm seeing the evolution, and I have tastings, vertical tasting with different years in order to see the evolution of this kind of wine, because we don't add any sulfites. And it's very interesting to see this developing, the difficulties that we had in the vineyard, and now the success that we have with the wine, with the final wine that just we have now for bottling, because it's just out of the amphoras now and bottling. You have the 19, I think, 2019.
I have the 19.
It was the harvest of 19 was excellent with the healthiness of the vineyards, because we had a good summer, a good spring, and on the contrary of the other years, 18 that was wet, not as wet as 2020, but it was with kind of problems, but well, it was normal. 17, 16, and 15 were the most dryness harvest that we had. So, wow, a lot of
totally different
all the years, and the 19 was relaxing year.
Wow, I'm going to kill one bottle later.
Gap there. That was we were very happy. Then came 2020, that was a disaster. But well, I remember the 19, that was a good year, that we say, wow, I'm very happy this year. Oh, I need more years like 19. Well, the 20 was a disaster. The harvest that I want to forget, because it's with a lot of problems, with the health, with the economy.
Also, winery Mas Deutsch, I also import their wines from Priorat. Yeah, also have these problems too.
Yes, in
Priorat,
Priorat the mildew was
Priorat
a lot of
heavy. Heavy.
Yes,
okay.
yes. You know, in most of parts of Catalonia, not all the parts, but usually the most affected was Penedès, Priorato, a little bit in Empordà in the north, and then in Terra Alta a little bit, not all, but a little bit, and the rest I don't have news, but I think it's quite in general.
And why Xarel·lo? Why
Xarel·lo? Because
since you plays a lot on Xarel·lo, yeah.
Yes, because we are working since 2003 with 100% Xarel·los, with wine that we ferment in barrel, then with some blends, with cavas that we have the main proportion, the main variety, the most important variety in the blend is Xarel·lo. And with Xarel·lo, we are seeing that we have a good evolution, a good aging, and it supports these vinifications that you want to achieve more evolution. With the acidity as well. The Xarel·lo has good acidity, good structure. Not with flavors, because Xarel·lo, it's not the variety that has the
aromatic.
No, it isn't.
Not like,
it's a little bit more quiet or more
Chardonnay orientation.
Yes. And but with the texture that it has, with the acidity and this structure, we were thinking that the Xarel·lo, it was good for making this amphora wine, because the amphora brings to the wine this strong, this wild notes, these mineral notes of the earth, of the clay, no? And I think it's a good idea to start it with Xarel·lo. We had some experiences with Chardonnay, with Pinot Noir, Blanc de Noirs, and then with reds, with Grenache and Cabernet. And the result was not the best for me. I have these wines aging now in barrel for seeing the evolution of it, but I prefer Xarel·lo. I prefer Xarel·lo. Sure.
How will you describe Xarel·lo's taste? I know it's kind of flat, well, not flat, but not really aromatic. But how will we?
No, but the most important thing in Xarel·lo is the acidity and the texture. Then in the nose, these aromas that are like dry herbs, like chamomile, this kind of herbs that are very interesting in this sensation of these aromas that are not very high, not very powerful, but are elegant. These kind of things that are these herbs that are elegant. Then it came the aroma of a pear, the well-ripened pear.
That's what I was thinking too.
With
ripened
skin.
pear.
When you eat a well-ripened pear with skin, this sensation that you have of fruit, but a little bit of herbs, herbal notes, but are good herbal notes. This kind of thing. And it's very interesting because you don't have in another variety. Here in Penedès, here, you have Rieslings in another part of the world. You have some kind of varieties that you have these aromas that are a little bit different. But in Xarel·lo, I think it's this, the well-ripened fruit, but in elegant notes, and with these herbal notes that are combined very well, that